So tonight is one of those nights when I just don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to make one of those 15 minutes or less dinners. And of course, I'm using my Instant Pot. And tonight's entree is going to be Indian butter chicken. And you know, that's one Indian dish that is good to introduce people to Indian cuisine because it's not real spicy, unless you make it that way. And it usually is pretty universally enjoyed. So tonight we're going to make that, and I'm not spicing it up real heavy because my youngest son just doesn't like things spicy like my husband and I. But you can always add spices to your own individual dish. And this recipe I got from Typical Mom site, and I'll put a link below if you want to go to her site and see some of her other recipes. Now let's get started. Okay, let's get going with our ingredients. You could use chicken breasts, but I'm using boneless chicken thighs. There's 6 of them here. And a large onion, half diced. 5 tablespoons of butter. And of course our essential spices. We have 3 teaspoons of garam masala. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but you know, you use this a lot in Indian cooking. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. And over here we have a tablespoon of diced garlic and a tablespoon of, I'm using this ginger paste. Keeps nice and fresh in the refrigerator, but you can also, which is what the recipe calls for, use diced ginger. And we're going to have 1.5 cups of tomato sauce. This is my home canned sauce, but you can use your store-bought canned tomato sauce. And we're going to have 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now, you may want to have some cornstarch on hand to thicken the sauce at the end. And you should have this over rice. And if you're in a hurry, you know, 10-minute success, boiling a bag white rice is something to keep on hand. And I think it's really essential to have some non-roasted garlic bread to go with it. This is the Stonefire brand, and I really like this. Of course, it's not nearly as good if you have a place locally that makes it fresh every day, or if you make it yourself. Now let's get started. Now you just want to use your handy dandy kitchen shears and cut your chicken thighs up into bite-sized pieces. Now you want to start your rice before you start your Instant Pot, so everything will be ready at the same time. So plug in your Instant Pot, turn it on saute. We're going to put in our 5 tablespoons of butter. Now let this heat up a minute before we add our chicken. Liquefy a bit. And while it melts, I like adding the onion now. The recipe doesn't say to do that, but you know, is there anything better than the smell of onions and butter? I just love it. Put in the chicken now. And you're not really cooking the chicken, right? We're just trying to brown it a little on each side. Okay, so we're just going to let it sit there a minute. You get quite a bit of liquid, you know, the butter and some of the juices coming out of the onions. This isn't going to be very brown, I don't think. Just for a little while longer. You know, I think that's really enough. Otherwise, we're going to end up actually cooking the chicken now. So now we're going to add our good spices, our garlic, our ginger. Okay. Here's the spices. And just stir it well and try to kind of cover up all the pieces. Now, here's a cup of our tomato sauce. Here's the other half cup. Again, we're mixing it all in. heavy cream. And another half cup of heavy cream. You know, they say you should only use liquid measurements for liquid, but I do this all the time and it doesn't seem to spoil a recipe. I don't know. What about the rest of you there? Okay, we mixed it up. I gotta smell it. Smelling good. I can hear the rice bubbling over there. We're gonna put on our lid. Oops, got it backwards here. Okay. My manual setting is all the way in back, so it's sealed there. We're gonna put on our manual pressure, and we only want it for 5 minutes here. So we're going to, okay, and now it's going to do its thing. And of course it's going to take a little longer than 5 minutes because it has to heat up to the 5 minutes. But this will go pretty fast. Okay, as you can see, it's done. Turning it off. Now, be careful always when you're doing this. We're not going to do a complete quick release, just a nudge release, okay? So, did you see me jump? So we just want to slowly kind of do it. There we go. And keep it even, not real all the way. Just a slow release. So I'll be back when this is done. It's really about petering out now. Let's see. Still a little steam. I don't know if you can see it above. Always be there. The little thing dropped. Always be really careful. You do not want to burn yourself with steam. So now we're going to take the top off. Always turn it away from you and away from the camera so it doesn't fog up your camera. Now, doesn't that sauce look good? Nice and creamy. I'm going to take out the chicken parts right now so we can thicken up the sauce a little. We're going to add our chicken back in. Stir it around just a little. Now it's ready to dish up. Great sauce on top of our rice. Oh, this smells so good. We want to let it cool just a minute because that is hot. Okay, time for the taste test. Piece of chicken, some of that. It's still really hot. Chicken melts in your sauce. Chicken melts in your mouth, I mean. And the sauce is so rich and creamy. This is really, really good. Just a minute. Take a little of your naan and dip it in the sauce. And this is really a great meal, especially as the weather gets colder out. So this is Prepper Potpourri saying, I hope you try Instant Pot Indian butter chicken. Thumbs up if you like this video, and as always, thank you so much for your support. Please subscribe, share the knowledge. Bye. I'm gonna go enjoy my Indian curry. What? I'm gonna go enjoy my Indian butter. I'm gonna go enjoy my dinner, and my family wants their dinner too. So bye.